The season has begun, but issues abound. Hey, all right, don't worry about it. Boy Green and everybody watching this show, it's time to turn your frown upside down, and I'm going to tell you why right here, right now. Winners, losers, and looking forward to the future. Boy Green meets Wudi.
Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field Gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rodgers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor Gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy, James Wudi, all caps, no cap. I'm going to remind you of that second part, no cap, okay? So listen, there are a lot of things that I've been saying over the past few weeks that have come to fruition already, all right? So I got you. But let's also acknowledge the man right here, the boy who became king, the king of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Boy Green, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Woody. This is show number 3 today, which is awesome. We had the show at 1:30 a.m. this morning for the post-game show. We had Boy Green Daily at 7:30, and now I've gotten a little bit more time to marinate between the show ending around 9 o'clock as I ran to the radio station and doing some Jets work here at the radio station as well to now. So I think my thoughts have been able to marinate, that they've been able to bubble, and that part is incredibly exciting. And let me also, Woody, actually, can you do me a favor? Right beside you, can you flip that switch?
What switch?
Yeah, that light switch right beside you. It's right off camera. Just flip it for me. There you go. There are 25 members away from the next emoji, baby. And Terrence, you're on deck. So all you have to do is give it a little flip, a little light switch flip, because we are 25 members away from the Boy Green Coffee Club welcoming a new immortal to the Emoji Hall of Fame. And Terrence, by the way, is in Cabo. He did interact on the show. He was on the show super early this morning before he got on his flight. And then on his flight, he must have great Wi-Fi. He must have told them he was Terrence because he was interacting on Boy Green Daily. And I said, how is he doing this mid-international flight? But either way, that's neither here nor there. So I'll keep that on throughout the show. You guys can, of course, get your own membership by joining the Boy Green Coffee Club below, or gift their membership, which is also available if you're watching on YouTube.
Wow, that I gotta say that was the most confused I've been in 24 hours with the light switch, and I just watched the Jets defense, and yeah, that was more confusing trying to find this switch. I said, I don't know if I have it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we already got a message in, and when we get this message, we get to hear from my daughters, Raya Luna.
Wow.
K-Brock, the Jets fan, says everyone needs to relax. On to Tennessee. On to the Titans. K-Brock, the Jets fan, chiming in there. So maybe as we're going through and, we're at recess, and we go up to someone in their face and go, winner, loser, winner. And as we're doing that on today's show, maybe that'll help people relax. Who knows? Maybe. I'll have to tweet out the Aaron Rodgers Relax clip. I'm going to have to go find that from Aaron Rodgers' past to see if there's anything I can do with that for today's society. But we appreciate you, K-Brock, using your member shout out there. Nice.
Yes, absolutely, K-Brock. I completely agree. I just need to get it off my chest. I need to get it off my chest. And it is what it is. If you don't want to hear it, fine. But this fan base, I'm not gonna say the whole. There are definitely a lot of greats out there. K-Brock is one of them. Okay, but I literally said, okay, this game is probably not going to be a win. There are all these reasons why. All these reasons why. Wudi, you're stupid. You don't believe in them. You don't believe. It's not about belief. It's about fact of the matter. Fact of the matter. Fact of the matter. All right, they're probably going to lose this, and then they can rattle off the next 5 straight. That is extremely possible, right? And then this loss happens, and now, we talking about comments right here talking about Titans money line. Did you see the Titans? Did you see the Titans yesterday or on Sunday? Are you gonna tell me Titans money line? The dramatics. There's nobody in the middle. It's Jets Super Bowl 17-0 or Jets first overall pick 0-17. It's embarrassing. I think that is actually why the Jets get clowned. It's not even because of the team. It's because of the fans, that the most vocal fans that just run with these media narratives. So definitely, let me echo K-Brox, relax, take a deep breath, and we will discuss the winners and losers this episode.
Okay, and I appreciate Tio. So this is why people say, Paul, why in the hell would I become a YouTube member? What's the difference of becoming a YouTube member versus anything else? So we just mentioned that relaxing like seconds ago. Uncle Tio on the Discord already hooked me up with the Aaron Rodgers relax video from Green Bay from years ago. He already sent it to me seconds ago. So that just goes to tell you the turnaround. It helps support the show. So guys, feel free to do that. That is terrific on relax. So I'll have to get to that later, Uncle Tio. I appreciate that. So let's go winners or losers. But this is a twist, Wudi, as you described to me earlier when he had this idea. I had a different idea for the show. And then when he said this, I'm like, screw my idea. Let's do this idea. So explain to our listener. Everyone knows winners or losers. It's either this or that. It's up or down. It's black or white. No in between. There's either a winner or a loser. But tell us how you want to do this with a twist today.
Yep, just a little twist. This time we say a name, and the other person has to guess first, just for fun, to guess.
Sure. Okay.
Are they a winner? Are they a loser, right? How do you feel that they will be portrayed? And then we will explain our explanation for no, they are indeed a winner or they are indeed a loser, and confirm the guess.
Okay. So, Wudi, do you want to start? Are you going? Where do you want to go?
Oh, if I go first, it's about to heat up, baby. I'll go first.
Okay. All
right. Here we go. Allen Lazard.
What a freaking loser. What a freaking loser. I have to tell you, as I was watching Monday Night Football, we're on the first drives. Vibes are high. Third down. Boom. Rodgers. Boom. Lazard. Boom. And I went, you've got to be kidding. There's no one in my living room. My fiance must have left the room already. But I'm like, you've got to be friggin' kidding me. I'm like, what? Come on. And I just screamed, Drop King. And I'm like, let me get to my phone. Twitter. Lazard, Drop King, hashtag. And I put it, when I'm watching the game, for those who don't know, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want jet notifications. I don't know if they're faster than my on the stream or anything. So I put it on Do Not Disturb. And then when it's a commercial break, I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on in Twitter land. Hey, let's see what people are saying. Or I just have angry tweets that I'm saving in my head. Oh, I'm going to send this during a commercial break or what have you. What a friggin' loser dropping that ball. And I was like, you son of a, and then ruined all the momentum. And then the next drive was a Breeze fumble. I'm like, of course, Allen Lazard. Here you go. The ghost of Allen Lazard is now haunting everybody. But I already know you, Wudi. Obviously, it's a winner. The guy who led the New York Jets in receiving yards, the guy that had more touchdown receptions last night than his entire 2023 season with the New York Jets. Yes, I'm sure you have crowned him a winner. Move over, Garrett Wilson. There's a new wide receiver one in
Well, and this is my favorite part because you already know we always got a great live chat going, and the chat is getting involved too, right? So I see a couple losers in there. But how on earth can Allen Lazard be a loser in this scenario? We had TD reception predictions over the offseason, and I was laughed at for having Allen Lazard on my list. Boy, great. Oh, he's not going to be on the team. What do you mean?
Yeah, let me just for this list, by the way, it was who is going to be top 5 in Jets touchdown receptions as we're going through. Yeah, I just want to clarify for all the people that was on the list for the laughing. The laughing was you included Lazard, I believe, 5th on your list,
and he might have actually been 4th. Now I think he was 4th.
Okay.
Right, well, what is he right now? He's number 1, baby. He is the only New York Jet. The only New York Jet to have a touchdown reception. But does he have 1? Nah, he has 2. And the most impressive part about that is that it wasn't 1 QB, 2 different QBs. 2 different QBs threw this man the ball. So now Alan Lazard in his Jets career has 3 touchdowns by 3 different QBs. That is adversity. Obviously, Garrett Wilson
has on brand
himself.
That's very on brand. Garrett Wilson has how many from 7 different quarterbacks? It's very on brand that he's catching. He's a part of the family now. That's right.
He is. So that's what I'm saying. The drop was bad. I'm not going to lie. I was mad with that Lazard drop. And then his second target, he clearly ran to the wrong spot. Rodgers was furious. And I'm like, all right, it's time. It is time to bench that man. But he redeemed himself multiple times during the game outside of the touchdowns. He had that huge catch on the outside near the sideline as well. So Lazard, he has won. He won. I mean, he is the main, or let me not say the main, but he scored more points, right, than any other Jet the whole game. Alan Lazard, huge for somebody who they keep saying cut, not going to make the team. All that, he is the Jets leader in touchdown receptions for now, for at least the next 6 days.
God, you love saying that with your chest on all down Lazard. Dude. I thought to myself, it was like the Happy Gilmore scene where they're like, think of a happy place. And he goes, and then as Adam Sandler looks up at the sky and then he gets it. For me, I saw you just like happy place. Alan Lazard catching touchdown, Alan Lazard, touchdown, Alan Lazard. And Woody's just going, yeah, that's it. Beautiful. All right, let me throw one at you. Oh, yeah. Let's stay in the wide receiving core. Mike Williams. Mike Williams.
That's a good one. That's actually a really good one. I'm gonna have to go with like how could he have won? I feel like he either lost because he didn't play that much, or he lost because Lazard was out here balling. So now his snap count might be altered. I'm gonna have to guess loser.
It's a tough one, even though I'm the one who threw it because I'm supposed to give you the answer immediately after. But it's just the loser from the standpoint of like, boy, he was Captain Decoy. He played. I think it was Rich Samini tweeted. I think it was like 11 snaps, but it was he wasn't targeted. Obviously, he didn't get a reception, but he showed up in the game every once in a while. I mean, I saw his body. I saw 1-8 come on the field. I'm like, okay, I know who that guy is. And so old Mike Williams, they were not kidding. And we heard that, well, he's going to be on a pitch count, Saleh kept saying. And the thing that caught my eye was Lisa Salters, the wonderful, amazing ESPN Lisa Salters on the sideline. Before the game, she gave her nugget. She emptied out her notebook. And Hackett told her he's going to be used sparingly. I'm like, ooh, sparingly. That is a much different word than some of the pitch count. Sparingly means like not at all, like barely, like just a little more than none. And that's exactly what he got. So old Mike Williams, it seems like it's going to be a slow burn. Saleh confirmed after the game that there's nothing wrong with him. It's not like he got hurt or anything or any compromised position, but it just sounds like they're going to be super like this is even more patient than they were with Brees. And that's where I was a little confused because earlier this offseason, when Mike Williams got activated off PUP, someone said, oh, is this like the Brees Hall plan? Saleh said something to the effect of, well, Brees Hall gets lit up because he touches the ball all the time as a running back. At wide receiver, it's different. And I thought what Saleh was saying there is, he's going to be even quicker to his return because he's a wide receiver and it's situational. He's not handing off the ball and getting tackled by 11 guys. It's one-on-one normally. You throw it up to a corner, he catches it, goes immediately out of bounds. So there shouldn't be the same wear and tear. So that was my false set of expectations. Like, oh, cool. And then nothing. So, loser.
That is, that is tough sledding. I guess I got another tough one.
Yeah, okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's not a tough one. This is easy, slam dunk, a clear winner. Clear winner.
I agree.
Oh, thank God. I was like, oh boy, where are we about to go here?
No, yeah. I mean, Rodgers. First win is that he finished the game.
Damn straight. Amen. He made it past snap 4. That's a win. Yes.
Yes. Second win is that he got hit.
He did.
And he got
sacked. Yeah.
Multiple times, right? Like, there are so many times.
I think he actually was only sacked once.
Yeah, he was sacked once. But I'm saying you get knocked down.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And that, you can get injured on those, right? The contact for this old man. Yes. The third pre-snap, those cans, he's out here. Baby. Yeah, he was seeing the field and he did a lot of damage. And you look at, because I watched a lot of football this past weekend. I hope we all did, because it's a wonderful sport. But you really saw the difference of what he was able to do. He had an open man pretty much on every play. It was just a matter of, can they catch it? Will they fumble it once they do catch it? And all that type of stuff. But he was really able to get the ball out quick. On times where he had time, he used it. And, some of those throws, that touchdown throw to Lazard was a really beautiful throw. The one to Garrett, where Garrett made that incredible acrobatic 180 catch. I mean, I was loving life. And I think, if Aaron plays this full season, we will have a lot of fun watching them play.
Yeah, and just to add on to the Rodgers thing, again, for everything you said, he was healthy and all those other things. I saw everything I needed. I tweeted out during the game, so this is what offense looks like. Wow. Oh, this is terrific. And it's just true, man. He had so many wow throws. And just, I think sometimes there's an eye test. Does he pass it? Was he a wheeled out old man that has clearly lost his stuff and things of that nature? I feel like if that was the case, especially against San Francisco and everything, we would have been able to go, whoa, all right, guys, I know Aaron Rodgers are good in shorts, but he clearly doesn't have it anymore. And this is a 2015 Peyton Manning we got here. But right, like I feel like we're going to be able to tell what Aaron Rodgers we got, and to know that I can step away and go, damn. We got elite Aaron Rodgers. We were getting a little bit of everything. There was elite passes. There was pre-snap. Again, the throw that he had down Lazard, I'm not talking about the one where he baited the 49ers offside. That was great. But the one that he threw to Lazard where, like, it was just such a perfect throw that Lazard wasn't open, but Aaron Rodgers made him open. It was down the left hash. He had a nice, I don't know how long that one was, 20, 25-yarder maybe, and he just put it right on him. And Allen Lazard would have had to have nubs for hands for him to not have caught that, because it just, like, his hands were just holding up like he was like, oh man, how many fingers do I have? Like he's counting them, then whoa, a football's in there. Like the football found the hands, not the hands found the football. So there was just so many throws that just made me go, damn, like unfriggin' believable. It just looked awesome. So I'm so happy we have an elite freaking quarterback. I did a video in the middle of Twitter screaming about it because I was losing my mind. Obviously, you lose the battle of losing the game, and 0-1 doesn't feel good. That sucks. It's not ideal. But damn, having Aaron Rodgers, Saleh said it during his presser today, where he said, last year we were 1-0, but we lost Rodgers. This year we're 0-1. We have Rodgers. This year, weirdly, feels a lot better than last year. And it's not weird, Saleh. It's just damn true. It feels a hell of a lot better there for Rodgers, which is incredibly exciting. All right, let me throw this one at you because I just love speaking on players who barely played. Braelon Allen.
That's a good one.
I think we lost your mic there, Wudi. It sounds like we have a different mic on you now.
Are we back?
Now, you sound really quiet. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if anyone else can hear Wudi now. This sounds like what we had earlier.
We should be good now.
No. Okay. Yeah. You still sound super quiet. So I don't know what happened there. So commenters, I know we have 300 people watching right now. Let me know if it's just me. Somehow something happened with me, or if you guys can hear Wudi as clearly as you did before. Nope. Okay, they can't. So okay, yeah, you did drop off. Okay, that's what I thought. So okay, Wudi, you may have to switch a mic there on the settings or something. The people are saying that. So okay. While we wait for you to answer your own, I can't hear him, so no one can hear you. Okay, I'm getting all of that. So make sure you go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying.
Okay, now you're much louder. Okay, whatever you just did.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
See, this is what happens when you let your kids play with your things. I'm gonna go with Braelon Allen, winner. I'm going winner.
Yeah. It's a nothing because they didn't friggin' use him. He had one carry in the whole friggin' game, for God's sakes. And I just don't understand. Again, I want to reiterate, I love Breece Hall. Breece Hall is the man. He will always be the man. He's awesome. But for the love of God, when we had the 3rd and 1 formation of Tyler Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert lined up in the backfield as a double fullback set, what's going to happen on this play? And Breece Hall couldn't get it. I'm like, damn, man, there's nothing wrong with having a little yin to your yang. Like for me, Boy Green Daily was a Hall of Fame show. It still is. It's one of the greatest shows of all time. But there's nothing wrong with sprinkling a little Wudi in there. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? So, like, Breece Hall could be great, but there could be some Braelon Allen. Wudi could be my Braelon Allen. There's nothing wrong with that. That's very respectable, Braelon Allen. And that's my thing here with Braelon Allen. Hackett refused to use him. He used him at the end of the game, and he looks really good. You're like, where was that all game? Again, would that have flipped a win to a loss or a loss to a win? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, where the hell was Braelon Allen? That's one that I just kind of shrugged my shoulders with, just said, man, very bizarre, the lack of utilization. Now, it's worth saying as a caveat, obviously the Jets didn't get a lot of offensive plays as a whole, so that obviously capped them off a little bit there. But, yeah, I am surprised that we did not use it, and we have our international Austria Jets fan chiming in here, part of the Boy Green Coffee Club. We got a studded RB room. We got to use it situationally, and I agree. I just didn't understand why not use more Braelon Allen. So that was one. I'm just going to be honest. We're picking winners and losers here. There's just a few of them that I was a little ticked off about. It's hard to determine because didn't see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see him when we, like you said, when we did see him, he looked good. That's what I said, winner. But yeah, hopefully we'll see more of him. But I love Breece, so it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough job. And that's why they don't pay me the bucks to do it. This one, I don't know. I think it's funny. Hassan Reddick.
Well. How can he not be a winner when the Jets technically registered 3 sacks, but it wasn't 3 sacks? Like, come on now. The Deebo Samuel play, how is that a sack? Stop it. That's not a sack on that garbage ass trick play that apparently counts in the stat sheet. Yeah, he's a winner in terms of, like, if his leverage was 0, it's 1. You know what I mean? Like if leverage is swinging, it certainly swung in the positive as opposed to negative. The Jets didn't come out and get 7 sacks against Brock Purdy and say, Hassan who? We certainly weren't saying that. So, yeah, I mean, by virtue, that has to be a winner, I would assume.
You would be right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the scale is. If you're talking about 0 to 100,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely more than 1.
How high is it? Then just pick it. If you're going to make fun of my number, pick a number then. What is it?
Whoa. You don't have to be so I'm just saying, if it's 0 to 100, it's like 40.
40?
Are you serious?
It's a 40 swing of leverage on what happened last night. If it was at 0, it's at 40 now? No, come on.
Out of 100? Out of 100.
Yeah, 100. We're starting at 0. So it can be this. Yeah. So let me make sure
no leverage.
Let me make sure we're operating on the same scale. So let's say he's at no leverage, which is 0. Yeah. And it can either go negative, like the Jets are awesome, so it could go in that direction, or it could go in the other. It's like, damn, we need Hassan Reddick. So again, 0, that way is 100. That way is negative 100.
Oh, 0. Well, I said 0 to 100. So that would mean that 50 is where that 0 is. You just made a scale from -100 to 100. That's different than 0 to 100.
Right. Well, I said we started at 0.
Yeah, but
we can argue about our math later. So okay, so your 50 is 0, so you're in the negative.
Yes. What? No, Fitz. Okay. He had 0 leverage to me. He had 0 leverage.
So 0 on the scale, 0 to 100.
That would mean that he has all the leverage.
Yeah.
Right. Like I feel like
So you think it's basically 50-50 now?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's no way.
It's close. That's what, or 40-60, which is actually actual numbers.
No way. No way.
Bro, they had Purdy sitting pretty nice in the backfield all game. They couldn't do nothing.
Look at Brock Purdy had 20 yards. Brock Purdy had 20 yards passing halfway through the second quarter.
He was, oh my gosh.
Are you disagreeing?
That's not because of the pass rush. That's not because of the pass rush. That was because Sauce, who hopefully we have time to talk about later, but Hassan Reddick was needed. He was missed out there on that field. Huff is gone. JFM is gone. Al Woods is gone. Q Jeff is gone. And we're like the D line looks horrible. The D line looks horrible. Too many losses, not enough recuperations, and Hassan would be a big recuperation to fix that unit.
Would he help? No doubt. I don't think the leverage swung like that. It's one game. Again, in one game that is your hardest opponent on the schedule in an incredibly difficult place to play. So the odds makers themselves said the Jets were going to lose. So for it to swing to that level, we're just evaluating the table a little bit differently. Obviously, I do not think he got that sort of leverage. Did he get some leverage? Of course. He naturally
we were expecting the defensive line to chew up their offensive line. Their offensive line, Kyle Shanahan even said it's not that great. We focus on playmakers, not the line itself.
I saw that.
We had Peter Panassi come in here and say, these guys are going to get chewed up.
Pooney, right? Yeah,
but there was no chewing. The only chewing was me at home chewing my fingernails. Like, what is going on with this pass rush? Hassan definitely would have made a difference. If we want to disagree, the difference he would have made. But I don't think they would have been as comfortable with him out there. So I think that is a real nice bargaining chip for his team, who clearly don't know how to bargain. This is a freebie for them.
Fair enough. Let's go to another one. We'll go with a quicker pace here because I got Syracuse Mets baseball starting here in just a little bit. So, Boy Green meets Wudi. We're normally a 30-ish minute show anyway, so we'll go a few minutes more than that. But then I'm going to have to jump over to Syracuse Mets baseball. I've got a doubleheader of Jets or a Syracuse Mets baseball to get to. Robert Saleh.
You asked a fan. Every comment I've seen on the fan base, they're going to say loser. So you might be in that camp. I mean, he's definitely not a winner. I don't know how you can look at last night and be like he won. But I don't think he's a loser. I really don't think he lost. Like I think it's.
So you're neutral. You have the card neutral. He's a big fat loser, man. A big fat loser. And here's the thing: he has a chance to, he could be Cinderella, and they could turn the pumpkin into the carriage or whatever the hell. I'm making all kinds of weird analogies today. To me, and I'm looking forward to Rich Cimini's answer. And we'll see if he answers the question. I submitted to his podcast, and I talked about it on a couple of the shows today. Robert Saleh was very, and pick the word out of this salad you want to use, flippant, dismissive, arrogant on the Jets' problem. So, like the media goes, Robert Saleh, your run defense sucked. Thoughts? And then he went like, we're going to get it fixed. No issues whatsoever. I ain't worried about it. I ain't bothered by it. Thank you very much. He said that last night immediately after the game, and then after flying back to New Jersey and doing a Zoom call, he reiterated the same thing. It was like, come on. I'm a defensive mastermind, basically. Like, yeah, we're going to get it figured out. That's not an issue. Doesn't matter. Nope, no worries. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but move on. No issue. And I'm like, damn, okay. So he's either going to be right and they're going to annihilate the Tennessee Titans and he's going to go like, what am I talking about? Okay. When I speak, you people listen. When he says that at his next presser, that's maybe what he could say. But damn, when he said that, when he had that level of swag, I'm like, you better be right, pal. Because if every team in the NFL, because here's the truth, the stone cold truth, every team in the NFL is going to go like, oh, so just run the shit out of the ball against the Jets. Okay, that's blueprint answer number one. Now, easier said than done, of course. The 49ers have this great scheme and everything else, but every team is going to try to take a swing at the king. And Saleh's saying, well, you best not miss, sucker. And we got to see if that's true. So every team is going to do it. He was very confident. Again, use that word if you want. That there's no problem, and any problem there is, I'm going to solve it because I'm a great defensive mind, and he is. But boy, if he's wrong, he's going to be catching a lot of shit. Long story short, excuse my Guatemalan, he's going to be catching a lot of crap if that ends up happening. And we're talking about run defense issues all year long. That's all I'm saying. So a big fat loser, but he has a chance to magically transform that, perhaps into a winner or some other word of choice.
Yeah, I mean that's true, and I do think people will try to run, and I completely agree with what you said. You kind of said it in passing, but Kyle Shanahan, he literally could have got us 50 yards last. Like that's what he does. People get hurt, and he would. Last night is Jordan Mason. Another night is Jeff Wilson. Another night is a name you can't pronounce. It's crazy, but that is the scheme. That is what they do. So I think people are kind of overreacting to it a bit. And yeah, we have every reason, in my personal opinion, we have every reason to trust Saleh on that side of the ball. He really hasn't let us down too many times there. And he's developed these people that, like, no one's saying anything about Joe Douglas. And I'm not trying to criticize Joe Douglas. But, to call Quincy a Joe Douglas win, like, yes, Joe got him. But it was Saleh's coaching that turned him from waiver wire fodder to all pro. So I think he's getting a little too much flag. It's a little too much of a reaction. Okay. I guess I'll throw out one more name, and it's a name I said I wanted to talk about it later. Sauce Gardner.
Winner, chicken dinner. What did Sauce possibly do wrong?
Nothing. All right. I've been seeing things people talking about. Sauce can't tackle. Sauce made a tackle that he got hurt on. Like that was the issue. Quinnen. Quinnen tried to make the tackle, it got broken. Quincy tried to make the tackle, it got broken. It was Sauce that ended that play. He was targeted twice, I believe. 0 for 2. I mean, I thought he looked really good in a season where you had once said that he had the most pressure on him than any Jet to prove that he is indeed that guy. And, I personally have put people like Pat Surtain above him. I thought that this was a performance to be happy about. And, I consider him a winner from last night.
Yeah, I wish we had more time to dive into this on today's show. It'll have to be tomorrow morning with Nick Ferry at 7:30 a.m. So, guys, on the whole Sauce Gardner thing, benching, and everything else, the wild Sauce conspiracy theories that are out there, we will address those on the show tomorrow to get into. But I love it for Saucy. I'll throw. Do you have any more, Wudi, on your list?
I mean, I could go all the way, we can.
Oh, I see. Okay.
People. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have a bunch here too. We could try to keep going back before we got 400 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. I'll try to push it. Sorry, Syracuse Mets. Hopefully you start your game late. I'll squeeze in a couple more here. Let me throw this one out. Garrett Wilson.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna say loser. I'm gonna say loser.
And here's the thing. If you just gave me a snapshot of the game and you showed me that 70-yard drive of Garrett, third down, you're like, oh, boy, Garrett Wilson's going to have 1,000 catches. Terrence Wright, he said he's going to have 100 catches by week 10. And look at that bastard. It looked like everything was going great. Everything was going in the right direction for old Garrett. And Aaron Rodgers today, by the way, in the Pat McAfee show, I forgot he was doing the Pat McAfee things. I just thought, hey, I subscribe to the Pat McAfee show. It's like, hey, Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee right now. I'm like, oh, let me go watch. And he said this, quote, we got to get the ball more to G. He had 11 targets in this game. That was the most on the team, 6 catches, 60 yards. Yeah, we just need to unlock him. and we need to do the Cooper Kupp thing. And the only reason I was watching that game, and I watch most NFL games anyway, but like they fed Cooper Kupp the ball on seemingly every play and just dump it off to him and get all the gimme football action. So 100%. Garrett Wilson may be a loser in this game of only 6 catches for 60 yards and not really taking over the game. But again, every caveat with the offensive side of the ball is how many plays ultimately we got in these scenarios here. But yeah, Garrett Wilson for sure. There is a bright future for this young man where, again, a healthy Aaron Rodgers throughout the game. Just imagine what he's going to get through 17 games this season. Okay, I only have 2 more. I don't know how many you have, Wudi, but we'll try to get to as many as we can.
Okay, I'll go with Quincy Williams.
Ooh, Quincy. Loser.
This, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the toughest one I have on this list. There were plays that I liked. He remained good in pass protection. He had a really nice breakup. I believe, was it on Kittle or was it on Debo? Where he played the ball.
Debo was the one where he
never did.
Yeah, it was Debo. And what an impossible task. Hey, Quincy, cover Debo. Jesus.
And that's, so I'm seeing, I saw a lot of nice things, but then of course, the issues with the run game, right? And they are that next level.
Right.
CJ went down, things looked worse. So I literally, I don't even know what I can say. I feel like there were, like I said, plays that I liked, plays that I didn't like. Overall, did he win? Like, did he achieve? Like, I feel like it's almost neutral. I feel the same. But I guess if I had to choose one, right? Because it's not win, lose, neutral. It's win or losers. I guess I'll go loser. He's closer to losing than winning.
Jets offensive line.
Winners. They protected. I mean, the run blocking wasn't great, but Aaron Rodgers, he stayed upright for most of the game. Give me a win on that.
Yeah, and that's going to pair with my last one, or not last one. Actually, I have one last one that will end the show. But like that's where I'll put the Breece Hall thing in there too. They're winners and losers. The most important part to me is protecting our Lord and Savior Aaron Rodgers. Again, he was sacked once. The friggin' pass protection for the Jets, they deserve a massive tip of the cap. Were friggin' awesome. Aaron Rodgers had time, and you saw him on those third down plays because, like, Nathaniel Hackett did this. I got to make sure I don't swear as often as I want to. Nathaniel Hackett did this brother, and Aaron Rodgers, this brother, zero help. Run, pass. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7. What are we going to do on this play? Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Up, Garrett Wilson. Up, Garrett Wilson. Up, Garrett Wilson. And all these plays. So, like, the offensive line pass protection was freaking spectacular. The run blocking was god-awful. Breece Hall immediately was getting mugged in the backfield, which why I'm kind of throwing Breece in the pile of it as well. Like, Breece was just kind of tossed in there. But, like, so he didn't have a lot of ops, to be honest with you. But sometimes, again, Barry Sanders didn't have ops, and that's comparing him to a Hall of Famer. But, like, Barry Sanders, he had shitty offensive line play, and he made things out of nothing. So, like, if Breece is as good as we think he is, sometimes he's going to have to make something out of nothing when it's out there. So it was good and bad. Again, if I could only pick one, it would be winner because I'd much rather protect Aaron Rodgers than run block, if that makes any sense. That's the one that I would lean towards as well. Let me just throw this last one at you here because I want to make sure we get this in. The Jets' chances in the AFC playoff picture.
I mean, how can you, like, they lost and, like, are now the last place in the AFC East. So, like, there's no way you can be, like, winner. But, I mean, if you look outside the division, the Ravens, Bengals, all that type of stuff, they lost. I mean, they're still. I mean, you lost. You lost everyone else in the Division One, so they're losers. Even though I don't agree, I think everything's fine.
Winner, yeah, baby. Here's why you're like winner or loser. How does that make any sense? They're the 49ers. Greeny said it on the show. Shameless plug. Mike Greenberg during the show last week. They're in the NFC. They were in the friggin' Super Bowl. Who gives a flying hoot? Here's the problem with the Jets over the last couple of years. If you look at some of their kick-ass awesome wins, they beat all these awesome NFC teams last year. Woohoo! We beat the Eagles. That meant dick. Quite frankly, when we got to the playoffs, it meant nothing. It was cool for us. Finally, we beat the Eagles. We had never beaten the Eagles before. But, like, if you're honest with yourselves, all these awesome NFC wins that the Jets have had, and I'm not even kidding, look at, like, the last 10 years, and they haven't had a lot of wins, obviously, so they're very small. But look at, like, the last 10. Like, damn, they've beaten some really awesome NFC teams, but it doesn't mean crap. So I'm glad that, like, if a loss was going to happen, it's San Fran. Okay, let that happen. Like, think of this weekend, right? Who had the worst loss, the Bengals or the Jets? The Bengals. They lost an AFC game, number one, and two, to a shitty-ass Patriots team. The Jets lost the game they were supposed to. Again, I don't want some loser mentality thing here because I wanted the Jets to win, obviously. Hopefully that's pretty evident. But, yeah, man, I think they're a winner, baby, because the AFC playoff picture, undefeated in the AFC, baby. 0-0. Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's what I was trying to tell everybody. This game was, I think we were, I'm not going to say supposed to lose, but, a lot of logic, a lot of reasoning led me to believe that they were going to lose. There's no way they're losing to the Titans. Look at that Titans game. Look at this Jets team. The one person, and this is actually a really notable person that we literally didn't mention, is Brees. Who, if we did bring him up, I would say it was a loss. But in his defense, to what you were saying, got to make something out of nothing, which he's pretty much done his whole career playing behind two terrible lines, is that the Niners' defensive line is the best. It is the best on paper. PFF ranked them number 2 because they thought the Jets had Hassan Reddick. Without Hassan Reddick, the Niners are far and ahead, number 1. And it was against an offensive line that was playing together for the very first time. So I do expect that run game to look a lot different, starting with next week, and then roll into week 3 against the Patriots. I do have my cousin. I apologize to everybody in the chat.
That's okay.
He is mentally ill. He has a disease, but the best cure for that disease is watching Brees Hall run all over those New England Patriots in week 3. We'll see that happen. Shoot that directly into my veins. It was a tough test, but things will look much better.
No doubt about it. I got to go. I got a Syracuse Mets game to do, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for Boy Green Meets Wudi. To the 500 people in the room, like the video, hit subscribe. We're live, me and Wudi, every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 o'clock. We have a Titans Insider. I got a great friend in Tennessee who's going to be joining us, Mike Herndon, who covers all things Tennessee Titans on Thursday at 3 o'clock to give you guys a full show. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, Boy Green Daily, 7:30 with Nick Faria. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you. Take care, everybody. God bless.